One in the town of Briarwood remembered when the mirror first appeared. It was massive, standing over 7 feet tall, with a frame of tarnished silver, etched with symbols no one could decipher. It showed up one day in the town square, without explanation, as if it had always been there. Some thought it was a forgotten art piece, while others whispered that it had been cursed by a long-dead witch who once lived on the outskirts of town. Most ignored it, but curiosity eventually got the better of a few. The first was Peter, the local drunk, who bragged to his bar buddies that he'd be the one to solve the mirror mystery. He didn't return that night, but no one was concerned. Peter often disappeared for days on a bender. Then it was Sarah, the grocer's daughter, who had heard the rumors of Peter's disappearance. She stood before the mirror just before dusk, her reflection unnervingly still, even when she moved. As her hand reached out to touch the cool glass, her reflection's hand did not. Sarah blinked, her heart racing, but in that split second, her reflection smiled, a wide, unnatural grin that Sarah had never made. Sarah screamed and ran, telling her father what had happened. But when they returned, the mirror was empty, showing only a perfect reflection of the square behind them. Days passed, and just like Peter, Sarah disappeared. Soon, whispers spread about the mirror. People said if you stood in front of it at sunset and looked long enough, your reflection would stop mimicking you. Instead, it would watch you. It was said the reflection would learn your movements, mimic your thoughts, and when it was ready, when it had you down perfectly, it would step out. They called the figure that emerged the Glass Man. He wasn't truly human, but a perfect imitation. He moved like you, spoke like you, remembered every detail of your life. He'd walk back to your home, live in your place, and no one would ever know. But you would be trapped behind the glass, pounding against it for eternity, unseen and unheard by anyone who passed by. More people vanished. The town grew emptier each Halloween when the mirror seemed to pulse with an eerie light at sunset. As soon as the sun dipped below the horizon, those who lingered too long would vanish, replaced by their perfect glass doubles. Years passed, and the town of Briarwood was forgotten. All that remained were hollow imitations of the people who had once lived there, walking the streets, living out lives that were no longer their own. And in the town square, the mirror still stood. If you approached it on a quiet evening, you might hear a faint tapping from the other side, like someone desperately trying to escape. But no one ever does. The curse of the Glass Man continues, a relentless cycle of despair that ensnares anyone who dares to draw near. Each sunset brings new victims, and the legend of Briarwood fades deeper into darkness. The legend warns that curiosity can lead to an eternal entrapment, a fate sealed within the glass. Each reflection becomes a story lost to time, a reminder of what was once human. In the end, Briarwood became a ghost of itself, forever haunted by the Glass Man and the remnants of lives that slipped through the cracks of reality. As the final sunset casts its long shadows over Briarwood, one could almost hear the soft calls of those lost, begging for release from their eternal prison. Yet the lure of the unknown is strong, and as darkness descends, curiosity tempts more souls to approach, unaware of the fate that awaits them. With each approaching footstep, the curse of the Glass Man tightens its grip, ready to ensnare another unsuspecting victim into its shimmering depths. As the last sliver of sunlight disappears, the veil of reality thins, and with a final gasp, another soul is claimed by the Glass Man, lost forever in a world of reflections. The town falls silent. its fate sealed as the cycles of horror continue anew, each sunset bringing forth the potential of another lost soul and another perfect imitation. As shadows deepen and night overtakes the sky, the mirror remains a silent observer, awaiting its next victim, while the true essence of Briarwood fades into an echo of despair.